Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are going to be doing an energy update and check-in for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So if you'd like to tune your energy into this reading in a stronger way, I do recommend liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as these are forms of energetic transference that do tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you and your situation. Okay, so I'm going to get started by shuffling the energy oracle cards. By the way, I would love for you to let me know how you've been feeling recently in the comments section. I always say this, but one of my favorite aspects of this virtual community we're creating together is that we can leave comments and share different thoughts and ideas and experiences. So thank you so much for being such a co-creative part of this channel and this space here. Okay, so here we have Angel of Love in the upright position, which I'm really taking to be your energy in this very soft space. Now, this softness might manifest itself as actually feeling a bit more raw or vulnerable or emotional than usual. I'm hearing you also might be encountering certain people who are opening up to you or sharing a lot with you, even, for example, strangers. I'm hearing don't underestimate anyone who crosses your path. So maybe you are serendipitously having these meeting points with strangers, maybe even with animals. You might have an energy that's really attractive to nature, to animals at this time. And this is because your external world is responding to this energy of unconditional love that you really seem to be radiating at this time. This also reminds me of a little bit of a download I received, and I've planned on sharing this to Instagram. So as of when you're listening to this reading, it may already be on my Instagram account, which, for those of you who aren't yet following me there, my Instagram is at Magnetize Yourself. But the download was that energy, or rather, I should say, beauty is more about energy and aura than appearance. And so I feel as though you are extremely beautiful in this energetic sense, where it goes far beyond that surface level physical appearance of detectable aspects in the 3D, meaning you may not be able to pinpoint exactly what it is, but there's such a beauty around it. That's the kind of energy that you are emanating at this time. And I just am hearing that it's attracting a lot of authentic emotional expression out of others who connect with you, because other people are feeling really safe and really seen in your presence at this time. But it's interesting that we have the indecision card, because it almost makes me think that you are in some kind of void here. You might feel like you're at a crossroads or feeling indecisive about something. Right when I said crossroads, maybe crosswords is significant to someone. But as I said crossroads, I heard X marks the spot. So a crossroads kind of looks like an X, but then X marks the spot. X, like on a treasure map, marking the spot of where the gold mine or the treasure is. And it's interesting because what I'm getting here is that to the ego mind, something might look like a crossroads that you're stuck at, when actually it's a gold mine, meaning it's where you are deriving the most value at this time as a soul. It's where you are capable of achieving your optimal growth at this time, which is why you are perfectly planted in this position. That again, to your human mind, might actually look like some kind of crossroads. But there's no decision to be made, even as your ego might be telling you that you're indecisive about something. There's no decision to be made because you're exactly where you're meant to be, because where you are standing is this gold mine. It's where you are receiving the optimal amount of growth as a soul. Everything around you, the people, the circumstances, the environments, however it looks physically, it's all been perfectly orchestrated to facilitate your optimal growth. So, wow, very powerful messages coming through from someone's guides right away. So what else can I channel here? I'm seeing a wall. And right as I said, I saw a wall, we have a man holding a coin upright. So a masculine energy awakening behind a wall. So maybe in hiding, maybe in a way that you aren't visibly seeing because it's behind some kind of wall. For some reason, I'm seeing one of those fake walls in a house that actually lead to a secret passageway. So maybe something looks like a wall, but it's actually a door, metaphorically. This could even be in a connection with this specific masculine where there's been some kind of obstacle or barrier that you thought was a wall, but it's actually a doorway through this secret passageway and into, at the bottom of the deck, this man holding a heart upright energy. So some kind of new opening in love, but also the community card. So some kind of physical coming together or reconnection here. There's a very mysterious and unexpected energy about this reconnection. But because this keeps coming up, I feel that for many of you listening, you may be resonating here more as the divine feminine, whereas the energy coming up that's connected to you here seems to be more so a masculine energy. However, do keep in mind, these are just labels. We all actually have a balance internally of both the divine feminine and divine masculine, and we can draw upon different aspects of our own polarity, our own self. At different points in time, we can utilize those different aspects of ourselves to achieve or manifest certain things, but we can also connect with them externally as well. So with rest and rejuvenation reversed, I'm also getting that this masculine is very much in a state of motion. They're feeling very restless at this time. I'm hearing wanting to go on some kind of trip or journey. Maybe for some of you listening, this is an aspect of yourself feeling restless, wanting to shake things up, or even to travel or go on a journey. I'm seeing a lamppost in the dark, moths being drawn to the lamppost. Moths to a flame is an image coming out here, and we have financial constraints. So maybe you are like this flame in the dark and you seem to be drawing in a lot of moths. So people who are attracted to your light, especially because whatever energy you're putting out there is so contrasting to everything else around you. I'm hearing that is what makes you so magical. It's the fact that the energy you are exuding, the way you are doing things is so opposite. It's so against the current. It's that light in the darkness. And that's why you're attracting moths to a flame here. And yet we have this lack mentality, this financial constraints upright and envy in the upright position. So These beings, entities, energies, people, whatever's being attracted to your light that's represented by these moths seems to be in kind of a lackful or longing state. It's like they're longing to connect with the energy of your light, but they don't know how to cultivate that light within themselves. For some reason, I'm seeing like a moth that tries to pass through the flame and gets burned. I'm not sure why that very specific image is coming up here. It's a little bit dark, but I'm picking up that metaphorically for some of you listening. You are this light that others are attracted to, but it's almost like if they try to pass through you, they get burned by the intensity of the very same light that they admired and maybe even coveted within you. So I know we're speaking in high level symbolism here, but I also feel that's occurring because that is the kind of messaging that your spirit guides are attracting through this reading. So take that as you will, but I feel as though there are these energies or people who are, yes, drawn to your light and are admiring it, but are also coveting it. But it's almost like when they go to try and pass through it, try to like fully throw themselves into it or take it for themselves, they find themselves getting burned, or there's like some kind of backlash there, because light has this silent intensity. Fire has a silent intensity because it casts a light silently, it illuminates, but it also can burn as well. And it's almost like people around you may be underestimating the backlash that they receive when they try to pass through your light. Interesting. This all seems to be happening very psychically and intuitively as well, because we have the third eye chakra here. So we're speaking in symbols because we're talking about something that's connecting with your third eye, with the seat of your intuition. And often our intuition does communicate with us through these kinds of signs and symbols. So I am going to be reshuffling all of the cards here. If this reading is resonating with you so far and you're still here listening, then I would say there's a very good chance that you are the collective that I'm connecting in with in today's reading. But of course, as I always say, I do tend to pick up many different threads of energy, so only take from those threads what is truly resonant with you personally. Here we have the card Rise Above. Drama, obstacles, pettiness, find the strength to rise. And this seems to have to do with your throat chakra. I'm hearing truth will allow you to rise above. Speaking your truth, staying connected with the energy of your truth allows you to rise above something. Maybe there are certain individuals trying to entangle you in pettiness or drama, and you can feel these energies kind of pulling on you. Maybe people are trying to get you to kind of participate in gossip or kind of lower vibrational conversations about other individuals, and you feel as though this isn't really aligned with the energy of your truth. And so you're being asked to stay connected to what your truth is, even if you staying connected to your truth and rising above makes other people feel uncomfortable. I'm hearing the discomfort they're feeling when you stay connected to your truth is really an illumination taking place within them. And it's actually something that has the potential to be very healing. So I pulled another card here. Actually, two cards came out, and these cards are Sacred Journey and Home. So someone's on some kind of sacred journey back home. This may be very literal, someone going back to their hometown. I heard family reunion, maybe someone going back to their roots, someone having a reunion with old friends that feel like family. But I'm also getting that if it's not connecting in that way, This could speak to a love situation where there is a person, a soul on this sacred journey back home to you, back home to this connection. Can I get more information on this sacred journey that someone's going on? How is someone going back home? Okay, so I'm getting just a strong sense of tiredness and fatigue. Maybe this is your energy and this is calling you to rest, but this also could be someone that you're connected with here. I am getting that the energy of conflict seems to be connected to this fatigue for someone. This might be you. Maybe you're feeling like you're triggering people around you, and then energetically you're feeling that as this kind of fatigue or exhaustion. I'm just hearing tired of fighting. What does someone mean when they say that they're tired of fighting? 10 of Swords. Someone is tired of fighting and ending, ready to put the final sword in something here. Temperance. Yeah, in order to achieve balance. So whether this is you or someone you're connected to, what I'm really picking up is that there is this sense of being tired of being in a situation of conflict. Maybe it's internal conflict. Maybe it's even just in the sense of attempting to connect with individuals who are energetically constantly requesting you to step outside of your peace in order to push a connection with them or to chase them or to, it's almost like a one-sided connection where someone is expecting you to do all the legwork, the conversation, the empathizing, but you're not receiving any of that in return from that person. And it's a tiredness to continue participating in that dynamic. It's this deep craving for tranquility and connection, just to step back and allow oneself to be at peace, to be in a loving energy, and to allow what is meant to connect with them, to align with them there, rather than constantly being the one to push things together. Now, for some of you, this could be someone you're connected to who's putting that final sword into some kind of love karmic situation, or really any situation in their life that has been creating a lot of conflict. And I'm hearing it's felt like it's been on its last leg for a long time. It's been generating a lot of chaos, a lot of conflict. And I'm getting this general overarching message that you can know when something no longer aligns with you, when it's only connecting with you from a place of conflict or chaos. And you may notice that when you are in a space of ease and peace and tranquility and creativity, you find it challenging to physically connect with that person or thing. They almost feel unreachable. It's almost like placing a call, but the line is dead. And the reason for that is because that's a sign that that person or thing or environment you were connecting with, you were resonating with from a lower vibration. And so rather than trying to cut out connections or push people away, etc., really the way to allow the wanted connections to align with you while the unwanted connections or unwanted aspects of connections will fade away is simply to focus on what you're doing with your own frequency. Because when you are embodying an energy of peace, when you're focusing on yourself, your self-love, your creativity, what is meant to connect with you there will connect with you. Whereas those who cannot reach you in that frequency will naturally disconnect from your life. The reason that so many of us struggle to let go of certain toxic connections or even just toxic aspects of connections, because most of our connections are actually extremely multidimensional and therefore have the ability to exist on many different planes, many different dimensions. So when we raise our frequency to a higher level, often certain individuals can actually remain in our lives and we can connect with them from a higher vibrational place, whereas the lower vibrational aspects of those connections can be kind of pruned out of the connection as we focus on holding that new frequency. But regardless, those who cannot resonate with us on those higher frequencies will simply vibrate out of our lives and out of our experiences as we continue holding those higher frequencies. So this is very interesting. This is beginning to kind of mirror what I was talking about earlier with holding that energy of your truth and not allowing yourself to compromise that truth in order to connect with certain people around you, especially if they're trying to entangle you in gossip or drama or lower vibrational conversation, allowing yourself to hold the frequency that feels true and aligned for you, and allow everything around you, all of the connections around you, to mold themselves around that frequency accordingly. But we're seeing this happen in this specific situation here as well, with someone who is putting the final sword in a situation where there's been a lot of conflict generated in their life. And the reason this is occurring is actually to bring them to a state of greater peace and tranquility. I'm hearing go where things feel peaceful, where things feel loving, where things feel unconditional, where things feel effortless, because those are representatives, those are signposts guiding you into higher and higher realities, higher and higher timelines. So when a certain course of action or a conversation or a connection starts to feel heavy, burdensome, like an obligation, like fear, like guilt, then you can know that you're moving the opposite direction. Whereas when something is feeling lighter, easier, more playful, more peaceful, that is a sign you are aligning with higher and higher timelines and therefore higher and higher realities. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a few more cards on this sacred journey back home, which we're now really discovering here is a journey of frequency, or more so holding the frequency that you already know feels true and comfortable and right for you, even if it does not resonate with others or make others feel more comfortable. So here we have the envy card again. I'm hearing someone is envious of your spiritual status. Now, this could be a specific person, this could be a group of people, but it's almost like someone or some group is triggered into lackful thinking or triggered into envy because of some kind of spiritual status that you hold, even though they wouldn't consciously call this a spiritual status. In fact, what I'm getting is these individuals may not even really know why they are feeling triggered around you or why they are feeling jealous, because this is happening really unconsciously. But with the deceit card, these may be individuals putting on a mask or trying to deceive you or others. Maybe these are people who are committed to misunderstanding you. I'm hearing smearing your name or something along those lines. And you may feel as though you could just run circles trying to explain yourself or your soul to these individuals, and they still wouldn't understand you. This is because they are operating at an entirely different frequency. So the barrier isn't the words you're using to communicate. It's a barrier of frequency. It's being on different levels here. And I'm hearing the reason that they won't understand you is because they don't realize that when they're misunderstanding you, the reason they're so committed to that is because it's coming from this unconsciously triggered place of jealousy that's being reflected or projected out. It's not that they actually are even misunderstanding you. It's that they're projecting out an unconscious jealousy, a triggered lack mentality because of your spiritual status. And when I say spiritual status, I do want to elaborate a little bit. I heard the words way shower, So you're very much a leader and meant to be a leader. Deep replenishment, get grounded. I'm hearing that you are highly supported by the universe, and that's not only going to continue, but continue to expand, meaning you are going to be increasingly supported by the universe as you increasingly trust yourself. I'm not sure why I'm getting those exact words. You're going to be increasingly supported by the universe as you increasingly trust yourself. The reason I repeated that is because I feel it might be really powerful for someone here. But what I'm also getting is you are someone who is working in the spiritual realm, the invisible realm, in a way that many people can't visibly see or measure. But this is something that, again, it's an endeavor that you are supported in because you are doing this energy work, because you are doing this high degree of spiritual work. The universe is supporting you in these endeavors in ways that look very mysterious to the people around you, that they might even envy or wonder why you are so supported or why you are allowed these resources, this time, this space in your life to support yourself. It's because you are doing a lot of invisible work in the spiritual realm that others cannot necessarily see or measure, and you're being supported in that. Now, if you aren't yet fully consciously feeling this support, then this might be a powerful sign for you that as you continue bravely stepping forward, you are going to be supported by the universe in those soul-aligned endeavors. And again, specifically, this support seems so deeply connected to self-trust, trusting the next step forward, trusting your intuition, not allowing yourself to be put into a box. I'm not sure why that's coming up, but maybe that's relevant for someone here. So what else can I channel for the beautiful souls listening? Okay, we have the third eye chakra. Your intuition is trying to tell you something. I heard the word judgment for some reason. I literally saw a judge. So maybe someone is going to court or involved in some kind of legal matter that won't be for everyone. But also this could be someone worried about judgment from other people with the anxiety card coming up here. Or worried about those who may not appreciate your gifts or what you offer the world, your creations. I'm hearing it wasn't made for them. So if someone isn't valuing or appreciating what you are creating, it wasn't made for them. You are creating for those who are aligned with your frequency at this time. And know that that is an evolving thing. So as you continue to evolve and expand your own frequency, you will find that you may actually resonate with different groups of people in the things that you do or create. And that is how it is meant to be. I'm hearing passing the torch, and I'm seeing those competitions where you pass a flag or some kind of object off to someone and you're sort of tag teaming. And my guides are saying that's kind of how it works with the collective ascension process, where we're all tag teaming for one another. So participating at one so-called level really isn't higher or lower. It's all interconnected in this giant web. We're all reinforcing different points in this energetic collective web. And so create boldly and bravely from wherever you are, and continue to do that inner work to grow yourself and whatever you're doing, creating, or physically investing into will continue to grow along with that. But also, I'm just getting this strong message of bravely creating authentically from where you are today, right now, wherever that is for you. Maybe this is a sign for someone to allow themselves permission to jump into some kind of aligned action that feels really good to them, but that maybe they've been putting off, thinking, What if I don't reach the right people? Or what if people don't receive this the way that I am trying to be received? Or what if I'm not healed enough, or I've not expanded enough to share this? Know that you are sharing with a specific collective that needs your creations. And you are specifically placed where you are right now in order to share with that very specific collective that needs to be reinforced where they are in this entire collective web of consciousness. Wow, that feels like a really beautiful message to close off this first reading. I really didn't expect any of that to come through, but I am going to pull a final Rumi Oracle card. Now, I will be extending this reading on Patreon, so if you are feeling a resonance here, and you feel guided to join me on Patreon, the link to join our beautiful Patreon soul tribe is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Of course, if you feel you've received everything that you need to from this reading, then thank you so much for tuning in today and for being a co-creator here. I would like to share a final message from the Rumi Oracle card, Whirling Goddess. Okay, so what does the guidebook have to say here? Lose your head. Not a single thread that has a head can go through the eye of the needle. Rumi, there is somewhere you are meant to be. It is here now, in this moment. There is a gift right under your nose, and fragrant wine in your glass, gleaming red as the most precious rubies. To be here now, you must pass through the keyhole, but your head will tell you that this is not possible unless the door is unlocked, even though your body is passing through the keyhole of that locked door into the endless world beyond. Leave your mind to be in its struggles for a moment. You are at the point of growth where your mind can hold you back rather than urge you forward. If you have, like so many, used your mind to support you, to shore up your sense of self in the world, and to gain a sense of certainty about how the world works, then this is no easy leap. It will seem as though you are being asked to pass through the keyhole. Don't place too much stock in the claims that life be other than it is. You are being asked to dance rather than understand, to lay the thoughts to rest and to come alive. So that feels like a perfect place to close the reading. Again, I will be continuing this on Patreon, so the link to the extended reading is under the video. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful start to your week, and I look forward to talking with you here again in Wednesday's reading.